You robbed me of everything.
I didn't take nothing from you. I don't owe you nothing. At the end of the day, I don't.
Joining us now from Louisville, Kentucky is Courtni. You see, Courtni is the proud mother of identical twin boys, Carter and Carver. Courtni admits when she was pregnant, she thought another man was their father. But as soon as the twins were born, she had a revelation that her friend Quante was their dad. Here's the problem. Because of the confusion, Courtni only told Quante about the twins after they were born, causing Quante to now deny he's their father. Here's Quante's story.
To say that I was shocked when Courtney said I was the father was an understatement. How the hell are you gonna wait until the kids is 1 year old to tell me that I'm the dad? I knew nothing about the pregnancy. I didn't get to be a part of it, and I wasn't there to see the kids be born. If I am the father, Courtney stole all that from me, ripped it right up from underneath me, and never ever thought twice. All because she was bitter. Bitter that I chose my fiance over her. To think that she'll keep a man from his kids out of spite? Pitiful. She should be ashamed of herself. I am sick over this situation. I never even got an apology from Courtney, and now all I want is the truth.
So, let's start out this way, Courtni. How would you describe your relationship with Quante?
My relationship with Quante is like a roller coaster, basically. We've known each other since I was in middle school, and he was even there when my daughter was born. Then after that, I had moved away and came back, and we started a relationship again.
But you discovered something that made you kind of cut the relationship off. What did you discover?
He was seeing another girl when we had a relationship together and didn't tell me about it until I found out on social media.
Then you broke up, right?
We went our ways, yes.
And then you found out you were pregnant.
Not too much longer.
Yeah, and
I did.
Who did you think at the time was the father when you found out you were pregnant?
The person I was with at the time.
And you didn't tell Quante about the pregnancy, did you?
I didn't speak to Quante when I was pregnant, but my pregnancy was on social media, so it was for him and to everyone else to see.
You thought that he would know that you were pregnant because it was on social media. It was on Facebook.
But I wasn't friends with her on social media.
Yes. You were friends with me on Snapchat.
Yeah, that's a different story. That was now. That was back then. You had me blocked on every social site.
By the way, I'm a little surprised because when guys come on this show, they're rarely in a tie. Nice to see you in a tie. Very good.
I'm a real stand-up guy. I was raised by, my granny and my mother, so I got a good way of bringing.
Now, Courtni, when you gave birth, I understand you told my producers that's when you thought that Quante could be in the equation.
At the time when I gave birth, I didn't think anybody was in the equation. They didn't look like no one. But as the time that they started, 3 and 4 months, come along down the road, they started looking dead up like him. His baby pictures and all.
So then you told him, right? You got in contact with him.
After the boys was 3 months old, I got in contact with him.
And what was his reaction?
I mean, nothing. To me, it was nothing. He came over, he seen him, and he had no reaction towards himself about it.
I was confused. You got to understand. And it wasn't 3 months. They was almost a year, if not a year.
They was not a year. They were babies. They were still sleeping in the pack and play in my living room. They were babies.
They still sleeping there, even when they're a year old.
What did Quante refuse to pay for that really upset you?
The DNA test. It was always an issue with money. But I'm one person in a single family household, and he has 2 people, him and his fiance.
You still upset that he dated that other woman?
It doesn't have to do anything with this other female. I didn't have the funds at the moment, and I didn't know if they was mines or not for sure. If I knew, I would have helped, and I always told her that. But she the one didn't want to do the test. It's like after a while, I started getting my money. I'm trying to do it, and then you all called, and she hung up.
Quante, let me ask you this about the boys. You saw them at some point,
yes,
right?
Uh-huh.
Did you feel that they looked like you at all?
I mean, Maury, I had some type of feeling, like when I first seen them, they called me daddy, but I thought it was like basically of her going off saying, this is your father, but at the same time, it's kind of bittersweet because I don't know really.
But my whole thing is the boys look like you. They look like
But
you.
looks can be
Nobody can
deceiving.
say that they're not. You're right. But them 3 pictures right there, they look just like you. Carter looks like you more than Carver. And y'all have the same birthmark, dimples, everything. I don't have dimples. You have dimples. They have every feature of you.
But at the same time, how can you make a connection when I really don't even know them? And it's like, you kept that from me in a sense of way, because you blocked me from everything because you was mad at me of what we was going through.
If I didn't want to contact you right when they were born, I didn't have to.
I just want to figure out if these kids are mad or not, so they want to go up in this world fatherless.
The thing is, the boys are yours behind closed doors, but out to the public, they're not.
Courtney, I always told you I had a 50-50 with this. I always said that. You got to understand the time and the year it took, the games.
You're always playing the
everything.
victim. In my
Never
eyes, you
playing
are.
no victim. How was I supposed to know if these is possibly my kids? Like, you never told me.
But when I did, you could have asked for a DNA test.
And
we were supposed to establish one.
Like, I could have been there. Like, you robbed me from everything.
How?
And it's like,
how?
Maury,
How did I take any of that from you?
Maury, I see guys on this show all the time, and they just knuckleheads, and that's not me. I'm trying to get something done here. I want to know, so I can do something. If there are mans, I'll do the right thing. But you robbed me a whole year, and then the games to lead up to this, when we could have handled it.
Quante, let me ask you something.
At the end of the day, I'm their mom,
If
I know what's best for them.
If I read the result and show that you're the father, is that going to impact on your relationship with your fiance?
I mean, as of right now, it had an impact, but we've been working on that. It's be real solid together. I love her. That's the love of my life. Stay Kia. And it won't really impact too much of nothing. She's been her from day one.
So she she knows about the possibility.
Yeah, she knows about the possibility.
Okay.
And she's willing to stick by my side.
We're going to find the answer right now. Okay.
All right.
By the way, these are identical twins, not...
Well, I think I need an apology first.
Apology for what?
Right, for what?
For she robbed me of everything.
I didn't take nothing from you. I don't owe you nothing. At the end of the day, I don't.
In the case of 1.5-year-old identical twins, Carter and Carver, Quante, you are not the father.
Man. And then, it's like I said, that's why I have my doubts. I mean, it proves it all right there. I mean, it hurts me. And
you are not the father.